that's how we're going to win. And head-to-head matchups between me and Trump show that I'm the heaviest favorite to beat him one-on-one, in large part because 18% of college Republicans say they'd support me over the president. 10% of Trump voters in New Hampshire in one poll said they'd support me over the president. You know who's figured this out? President Trump. Because I'm the only candidate he has not tweeted a word about. He knows I'm better at the internet than he is.
How's it hanging, dude? How's it yanking, dudes and dudettes? My name is Sean, and welcome back to my channel, where that was just amazing. You see how the crowd behind them, the Morning Joe people, they all start just like almost roaring with laughter as Yang just calls out Trump, because Trump hasn't tweeted about him at all, and that's right, he's scared. Oh, he's so scared. Oh, I love it. Oh, excuse my voice. I'm still getting over that little bit of a cold here, guys. And just before we get into the article, and I'll play the rest of the clip here in just 1 second. It's only about a minute and a half long, so no big deal. But, you know, Damon Robles says the gravy, baby. I appreciate that. We also got Yang Gang pour on the gravy. And, of course, Alex L. liked because you liked the gravy on the algorithm. Hashtag Yang Gang. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very, very much. Oh, and I have to say, I'm sure... SHAAWN, but I'm sure you know, people find me obnoxious too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. That's all good. But man, okay, so the Hill just posted this about an hour ago, as from the time I'm recording this. It says Yang says he can win because he's better at the internet than Trump. Now, I can't believe the Hill's actually being favorable to Yang. It looks like they almost think that he might do well in Iowa. Here lately, they ain't been too favorable on the regular channel, you know what I'm saying? But this is okay, so we're going to go ahead and cover it. Entrepreneur Andrew Yang said Monday on MSNBC's Morning Joe that he was capable of defeating President Trump in a head-to-head election because I am better at the internet than he is. By the way, I think today's Monday, right? This was today, right? Right? Yeah, I think so. With Iowa, the Coxing, everybody's gearing up for that. This is just icing on the cake. So, you know, he says, you know who figured this out? President Trump. I'm the only candidate he's not tweeted about it. And he knows I am better at the internet than he is. Yang said Monday ahead of the Iowa caucuses. Yang has remarked several times that better at the internet than Trump, describing Iowa's position as one of several states in the Midwest that voted for Barack Obama twice before flipping to Trump. Yang said on Monday that if you're going to start bringing the country together, it has to start right here among people that voted for Trump just a few years ago. The folks that voted for Trump and now come to my events are excited about my campaign. That's why we're going to win. 18% of college Republicans said they would support him over the president, and citing another unspecified poll drawing 10% Trump voters in New Hampshire. Wow, that's crazy, guys. So polling indicates Yang has not broken into the top polling tier ahead of Monday caucuses, but on Sunday told ABC's George Snuffleupagus that we think we're going to surprise a lot of people on Monday night. And that's the thing, is a lot of the polling has just been done with older people. The lion's share of Yang support is younger people, and there's been huge crowds where a lot of older people have been mixed in with a lot of younger people. So I think people will be surprised just how well we do tonight. I'm thinking we could come in 4th or 3rd and get a lion's share, maybe not the lion's share, but maybe even come up close to that 15% threshold. We might just surprise everybody. And even if we get close or don't quite get that 15% threshold, it doesn't really matter, because Iowa's only chosen, you know, 3 of the presidents in the past, right? So far, there's been a few other ones, but Iowa's really not that much. There's not really that much historical precedent. New Hampshire and all these other states, if he does really well, it's going to be a shoe-in, boys. I just have this feeling. So, and I feel like it could be wrong, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, I want to go ahead and play the rest of this video in its entirety, but I'm sorry for the quality. It's their link, not mine, you know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, I love you guys, and I'll catch you guys on the other side.
I want to ask you about a moment, I believe it was on Saturday at one of your events, when you asked the crowd of Democratic supporters, presumably, to stop and give a round of applause for Trump voters in 2016. Strategically, I get it. You want to bring in those disaffected voters. But in this age of division, that stood out as an extraordinary moment. Why did you stop and do that?
I think it's really important, particularly here in Iowa, to try and bring people together, because Iowa's a purple swing state. that went to Trump by almost 10 points. And so if you look at the ground here, many people voted for Trump, or certainly they have friends and neighbors who voted for Trump. And so if you're going to make the case to the people of Iowa that you can help bring the country together, that has to start right here among the people that went to Trump just a few years ago. So the folks that voted for Trump and come to my events are now excited about my campaign. That's how we're going to win. And head-to-head matchups between me and Trump show that I'm the heaviest favorite to beat him one-on-one, in large part because 18% of college Republicans say they'd support me over the president. 10% of Trump voters in New Hampshire in one poll said they'd support me over the president. You know who's figured this out? President Trump. Because I'm the only candidate he has not tweeted a word about. He knows I'm better at the internet than he is.
And if I was to give just a little bit of post-interview analysis, maybe I'll let Yang say it himself in this next, I think it was another Morning Joe interview. But just real quick before we play this video, hashtag Yang beats Trump trends after a poll shows Trump trailing Yang by 8 points in New Hampshire. Now, this was a while back, okay, and there's still polls showing Yang beats Trump. Now, in fairness, back then, this is the only time where every candidate had some sort of poll beating Trump, but Sanders and Yang had the most, and Elizabeth Warren didn't have a single Elizabeth Warren didn't have a single one. But let's go ahead and play this, and I'll let you know. I'll let Yang explain himself exactly the reason why he will beat Trump for this very reason.
Be paying every American $1,000 a month?
Yeah, it's about $1.8 trillion a year past current expenses. But the way you get there, Joe, and we all know this, how much did Amazon pay in taxes last year? Zero. And meanwhile, Amazon's sucking up $20 billion in business every year, putting 30% of American malls out of business. And so what we need to do is we need to pass a value-added tax that would get the American people a slice of every Amazon transaction, every Google search, every robot truck mile. And because our economy is now so massive at $20 trillion, a value-added tax at even half the European level generates $800 billion in new revenue, which combined with current spending, economic growth from putting all this money into Americans' hands, because we know they're just going to spend it in their communities, the cost savings on things like incarceration and homelessness services and emergency room health care. And then
Did you see Joe's face? They hate it every time he says it. Every time. But make no mistake, that is the reason why he will beat Trump. So there you have it, guys. I do think that that old Trumpy boy, I think he's scared, man. I think that's what it is. I think he knows that Yang is the best person to beat him, and I think that the Democratic establishment love their new rich person tax breaks. They love the refilling of the swamp. That's one of the reasons why they were scared about Trump. They thought he's actually going to make some historical change, and really he's just been kind of keeping the same ship afloat that Obama took off, right? So they love Trump. They don't want him to go nowhere. That's the reason why I think the DNC is like literally throwing the debate. They're not throwing the debate. They're throwing the entire election. Excuse me. That's what I think. Because why would you not be, putting wind at the sails of, Yang and Sanders and Tulsi? These are the people that America wants. Nobody wants Klobuchar. Nobody wants the Uncle Creepy Joe Biden. Nobody wants these people. Nobody wants Pete Booty, man. Nobody wants, man, you can't get him out that wine tree. You know what I'm saying? You keep pulling him off with the rope. He ain't going nowhere. Come on, guys. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm still getting over this code, so, it is what it is. Don't forget, guys, everything is brought to you by Patreon. If it wasn't for Patreon, it wouldn't be anything. So, if you want to catch videos like this, maybe 30 minutes, an hour, a couple hours early, hop over here on Patreon. There's also some other perks that we're going to get going on, like an exclusive podcast for Patreon. But I can't really do much about that unless we get more patrons. We only have 4 or 5, and doing a whole hour-long podcast for just 4 or 5 people. I want there to be a little bit of engagement. I want just some people, because I want to be able to have some of you patrons on the podcast, right? So I'm going to run out of patrons very soon if we start the podcast. 5 episodes in, we're recycling patrons. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just have some ideas that I want to do. So if you guys want to support me in that, that'd be cool. If not, it's all good too. I just love you guys showing up on the videos, smashing that gravy. You know what I'm saying? Pour some gravy on that like button. Also, don't forget, we do have our Discord. And we also have Twitter. So yeah, I haven't twatted in a while, guys. I need to. I'm sorry. I'll get on that. I will get on that. So yeah, that's all. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That was pretty insane. Yang just, Yang would beat Trump in a heartbeat. So, anyways, I just want to give you guys some positive feedback for today. I know we're going into the caucus and stuff like that. So I'll be covering that later on tonight or tomorrow morning, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.